Hello and welcome to Capitol Review. I'm Mark Hall. We begin in District 8. Ward 8 Council member Trayon White is out of a job. The council voted unanimously to expel him Tuesday. White was arrested last year after being accused of accepting cash in exchange for his influence on district contracts. The vote was quick and unanimous, despite dozens of Trayon White supporters filling the council chambers. DC News Now's Mariel Carbone has more.
Support this young man.
Yes. With the fate of his job in the hands of his colleagues, Trayon White stood outside the council chambers, praying with supporters.
And we ask now, God, that you have your way.
An hour later,
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. White was expelled from his Ward 8 council seat.
This action was immediate, and as of the vote, is no longer a member of the council of District 1.
At-large council member Kenny McDuffie led the ad hoc committee which investigated White and found substantial evidence he broke city code, ultimately leading to his expulsion. White was indicted on one charge of federal bribery and is accused of accepting cash in exchange for his influence on city contracts.
It's not a tough question. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
White immediately left council chambers and did not make any comments to reporters, including if he would rerun for his seat in the upcoming special election. As for his supporters,
of course I would vote for him. He has done everything that we needed him to do.
Trust is critical for an elected government.
And Chairman Phil Mendelson standing by the decision to expel. But outside the Wilson building, a parked truck displayed this message, calling Mendelson racist and an enemy of Ward 8.
Not one of those people have ever come and knocked on, even walked on my street, including the chairman, to say, how do you feel?
And joining us now is our own Mariel Carbone. And Mariel, have we ever seen anything quite like this before?
We haven't, Mark. This is really unprecedented, and that is why it's been such a big deal for the council members and for Council Member Trayon White, now former Council Member Trayon White. And there have been cases of ethical issues, ad hoc committees, but they've never gotten to the point where they've actually taken that vote to expel a council colleague. So certainly uncharted territory for everybody involved here.
Mariel, we're talking about a unanimous vote, perhaps a surprise to some, maybe not to others, but there's pushback. How are residents in Ward 8 feeling about the decision?
Well, supporters of Trayon White, at least the Ward 8 residents that have shown up to these council meetings over the past few weeks, they are not happy about this. To them, this is going against the will of the voters. Trayon White was reelected back in November with more than 75% of the vote. So they feel like by council voting him out, expelling him, that they are going against the will of the people. In fact, they filed a lawsuit trying to get a temporary injunction to stop this vote. A judge did deny that. So they're not feeling great about this. They are not happy and certainly not supportive of this vote that was taken.
Obviously, we're talking about the nation's capital. There's the issue of optics here. What are the political ramifications?
It really depends which way you look at this. From Chairman Phil Mendelson and the other council members, they say that if there's an ethical issue on council, it is their duty to get rid of that and to handle that and really to represent the entire city. They say the city wants an ethical council, but if you look at it from the side of the Trayon White supporters, again, it's going against the will of the people. They're angry about this, and they say that Phil Mendelson, other at-large council members can expect to see this impact their next election. They say they're not going to vote for them or support the council members that voted to do this.
All right, so what's next for Ward 8? How will they be represented?
Well, first off, this all triggers a special election, so the Board of Elections office will handle that. In fact, they have a special board meeting set for next week, Friday, February 14th, where they are going to set a date and move forward with launching that special election. And that'll take a few months to go through that process. And oddly enough, Trayon White can run again in that special election. There's nothing in the district code preventing him from doing that. So that is a likely possibility, with Ward 8 voters saying they would vote for him again. In the meantime, over that interim period, there are 4 at-large council members plus the chairman. So they represent the entire District of Columbia, and they've all vowed to step up and make sure those Ward 8 voters are represented in that interim where the seat is vacant.
Well, again, Trayon White did not speak to the media after the vote. Do you get a sense that he's going to run again?
Yeah, that is the question everybody's asking. Certainly, reporters, we tried to ask him that. He did not say anything. We asked his attorney. His attorney did not comment on that. But the supporters that showed up to that expulsion meeting said no question they would vote for him again, and they intend to if he runs.
Mariel, Carbone, thank you so very much for joining us.